Hey, it's Herman here from DragonForce here. So Dr. J asked me why I think the 2010s was a great decade for rock. And that's actually a difficult question, actually. It wasn't that long ago. And with the way the world have changed in terms of music, it's like, I think what makes it good for rock is how that era you were able to, really, there are lots of tools for musicians, at least in terms of rock music, to go and promote themselves. More than back in, the decade before. And right now, we're obviously in a different decade now. We don't know what's happening, but obviously AI is taking a big part in, the tech companies, and AI have caused quite a stir in terms of music. It's hard to say where we're going in. But previously, I would say that decade, there's so much more tools for the rock musicians to take advantage of. And compared to before, where you rely solely on record label, and then there was the transitional years between social media. Is this something useful, or is it not? Or is it just, a waste of time, that can help musicians, to now that people actually figure out different tools you can use with social media to, I wouldn't say enhance, but, to be able to help you get your music across. And that led to much more musicians that usually wouldn't get a record deal having their music heard. Stuff like TikTok, YouTube, and Instagram. And I would say, like with Instagram, people are able to do covers, to get their following and then create their original music to break out. It's just like TikTok with different things. And being a YouTuber also helps that the young musicians, find a way to reach an audience before creating their own music. So you got a new young talent pool, generation of players that are able to get their names out without having to, how can I say, sign a deal with a record label, which was previously known as the devil, but now you're signing a deal with the tech company, which is a whole different thing. But I would say at least you get opportunity to get your name out there. And at the same time, with this kind of promotional tool, it helps the rock bands, and I would say also the metal bands that you usually, be kind of kept in the underground, get out there and be heard as well. And I'm talking about, let's say, there's a lot of talk about, streaming network like Spotify is ruining music. They're not paying musicians enough. That is true. They're definitely not paying musicians enough. But at the same time, a lot of musicians wouldn't get the chance to get their music heard beyond the niche underground section. So it all balances out as you move the time. So it actually helped the big musicians get the music across out too. That's why with the creation of these different forms of tools, that you can use to promote yourself, the rock music have gone more diverse ever than before in terms of scenes and what's popular. You go to a festival, some of the big festivals out there, and you really see a diverse number of rock music, especially in Europe, that people would love to see and watch one after another. And that's something you didn't get back, many years ago, where it was just media and record label controlled mainly one style of rock music. Now you look out there, there's so many style of rock music out there that able to do great and capture new audience. So that's how I feel about that decade of, what has improved and made, I guess, rock music better and more popular. Yeah. And now I think more than ever now, if you look in the future with so much AI generated content, which is a lot of people are worried if it's real or not. I think live music will start to show up to be even a more popular thing, because it's great to go out and actually see someone in flesh, in real, and doing something, opposed to, videos where you're not even sure if it's real or not. There's so many way computer AI generated videos can look so real now. So that's how I feel about the 2010s decade in terms of rock music. All right. Hope you enjoy what I think, and talk about how you feel what I said.